Hi, this is your girl Lauda la Artista here. We are here with our fifth artist, Natalie. Can we just talk about this goddess for a second and how proud I am of her? And she has accomplished so many beautiful things, especially in her artistic journey. So do you want to give a little shout out to yourself and saying like who you are and kind of just broadcast?
Absolutely. Hi, I'm Natalie. I go by Natalie Rose on socials, but you'll see my artwork signed as Natalie Fiedler, my full name. Live here down in Lower Town, St. Paul, and have been on here 6 years creating and sharing, and it's been wonderful.
Beautiful, absolutely. And I've seen, we actually have a podcast episode out, and it was with one of her originals with a peacock on it, and it was such a beautiful painting, and she actually created a new painting. Do you want to give us a little bit of context with this painting that you got behind us?
So I am somebody who gets kind of the winter blues, and I just kind of started, actually I started this a year ago as just kind of a canvas that I got to go to, and it wasn't any I wasn't really striving for anything other than that was what I went to when I just needed to do something happy and free and let it flow as it needed to flow. And over the last year, I've just kind of slowly been adding to it, and finally I think it came to a place where I was like, this is done. Yeah, I've just kind of been picking at it, especially in these last few months, kind of the darkest part of winter. And it, for me, is just like a total dopamine painting. I just cannot not look at this and feel happy. And so my hope is that someday this will just be in somebody's home, and it'll just kind of be this source of joy anytime they're around it, and
radiate the happiness.
And radiate that, it's just it's kind of unlike my other stuff. It's definitely, again, I kind of this didn't start as any mission. It just kind of happened. But I love it. It makes me happy, and I just can't wait for somebody else, to find that joy in it and be in love with it, and just kind of spread the joy a little bit.
What is the one? So I see that there's technically a woman behind the flowers here. Can you give us a little context as to, is this more of a self-portrait in a sense, where you feel like you are attaching yourself to the painting in that way, where you feel so that way you are actually distributing and giving all the love to the viewers, or how would you explain the woman behind the flowers?
So actually what's kind of crazy about this one is it started with a woman laying down, and if you reverse this and you have the right light, you can still see her laying down.
This was that painting you showed me.
She was like this, and I painted over her because I was it came from a really sad place, and I painted over her, and then started this, and it's I did not go into it again as a self-portrait, but I do love this idea of just kind of engulfing yourself in joy and lightness and nature, because that's the things that make me happy. But it is interesting that this did start as a totally different thing, and then it evolved to this. So yes and no, I guess. It's definitely this is where I want to be.
Right.
Is it me? I don't know. So that's where we're at with it.
I actually really love that you, even though it probably wasn't a very intentional thing that you did, but it does give some sort of a resemblance of you on that side portfolio. I couldn't think of the word.
It tends to happen. I think that's actually pretty common in art, where artists will, do people, and they do kind of somehow resemble the artists themselves. And this one, I definitely stepped back and I'm so people might see that, and I see it myself too. Again, not my intention, but maybe subconsciously there was that part of me just creating that in this environment for myself in my winter blues. And
is there a particular favorite section that you have within this?
This for sure. I just I could just cut this out, and I love it. This little section was fun, and I just feel it's a little bit more cohesive maybe than other parts. But that section I love.
I love that. Yeah. So can you so why did you do? So are these roses in a sense?
Yeah, those are some roses. I just it was just whenever I wanted to paint a flower, and not a really detailed flower. I didn't go into this being I'm going to be this perfection thing. It was no, I just want to do some waves because that's what's going to make me happy. And then it just grew into its own garden over time. So I
love that. That's awesome. So can you tell me, how long did it actually take you to complete this piece?
I mean, I literally know how memories pop up on Facebook and stuff. This one popped up this April last year, and it she was there were some flowers, and I had not realized it had been a full year. Now, that's not saying I've been working at it continuously. This one just again kind of sat in a corner, and I just kind of kept revisiting. But then once I really got to it, in the last couple months. Gosh, I don't know, just like a few days after work, spend a couple hours on it. And then it was kind of, it's one of those where it was like, not know where, I don't know when it's done. But I kind of got to this point. I was like, you know what, this is great. It's good.
So it's kind of like a one flower at a time, one feeling at a time. Is that kind of how you would put that?
Yeah. And then once I had like, okay, ones that repeat themselves, then I would go back and I'm like, well, all these little ones that have red are going to get this little stroker. All these ones here are going to get some blue outline. All these little pink purples are going to get these little turquoise things. And so I went back and just kind of like added more layers to the flowers that existed already. And then it kind of made everything pop a little bit more, give it some vibrance. So yeah.
So would you say this specific painting reflected your mental health as far as how that went through the winter time, this past winter?
It doesn't reflect my mental health, but it definitely reflects like what I was trying to gift myself. Like I had a really rough winter. Mental health was not great and never is great during that time of year. But this was kind of like my protest to it, or just like my gift to myself. Like I can create a space here in my apartment that feels like everything I'm craving and want right now. So doesn't really reflect where I was, but definitely reflects what I wanted and needed, and I created that for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like if somebody were right now to come and buy this, do you feel like it'd be a hard piece to let go of?
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I like my husband and I really connected to it. My sister is really drawn to it, which surprised me because she's not even that into art. But I'm happy to get some good photos of it and play around with some prints and kind of think like, oh, I could like put this on like a bag, just like there's so many things you can do. I love clothes that are like very much like this too. So
I think it would actually make a really cool like duvet cover, because like duvet cover, and then you have like some pillows that have like the little flower
pillows would be super cute. Yeah, like I don't know, it'll kind of take its own life.
Good idea.
Not take its own life. That sounded weird. But take a life of its own and grow and become what it needs to become. But yeah, my hope is ultimately that someday it's just somewhere and somebody just gets so much joy from it, and that joy just continues to spread, because that's the coolest part about like sharing art is like that energy then gets to go and like live on somewhere else.
Do you feel like if you were to sell it, that part of you would heal in a sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's just then it's like time for the new one, right? Like if I go through, then I gotta like do it again, and it's gonna be different, and it's gonna, but it's still gonna, and this kind of like this was very freeing, because it was very like I don't look at this and think like, oh my gosh, it's such a good flower, but like, but then you do a bunch of it and it was like, that's okay to like kind of be messy and just do stuff that if it feels good, this is like nothing but good energy in it. Right. Like I didn't come and like, I don't know. It's just, it's all good energy.
Beautiful. Was there anything that you want the viewers to know about you before we let you go for today?
Gosh, I don't know. I think like art is community. And so if you find yourself in a position to go and support local artists, do it. Like that, it just brings so much people together. It brings energy together. Like it's really important, I think, now more than ever. So, support your local artists when you can, and as it serves you too. So,
well, thank you so much, Natalie, for sharing.
I love you. Oh my gosh, thanks so much.
This is Natalie. You got to check out all her stuff at Natalie Rose on Instagram. And what was your other Instagram page if you want people to follow that?
So Natalie Roses 22. Natalie Roses 22. I'm really bad at socials, but you know what? I'm there, so come find me.
But she has beautiful paintings of other things that she's painted, and just you get to see her and watch her develop as an artist. And I think it's a really great social media platform to be able to just witness your growth. And that's very important, especially for the viewers here. They definitely want to be able to latch onto you and see your growth and development as an artist. So that's really cool.
Well,
so,
thank you for taking time.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Congrats.
And so this is Natalie. You guys take care. We're done for the day. Have a great time.